What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. Welcome back, Lego Therapy. We are live-ish in the Lego Lounge. Let's just start off right away. Make Sean and others happy. Dad joke of the day. What do Santa's elves listen to as they work? Rap music, of course. Of course, my tongue just decided to fight itself and I couldn't say music, but you get the idea. Peeps, we are back. No fun intro today, sorry. I don't want to waste a bunch of time. I'm going to try to keep this, y'all know, the crown is here just in case. But I'm going to try to keep this on track and just stick to the review. I'm not going to run the full Fromania bricks spupplers just because I don't really think it fits this set. But I do just want to talk about all the things that I really liked about it, a couple things that weren't so hot, and then I do want to do a comparison to this bad boy over here. So right off the bat, we definitely talked about it in the build process. I mean, this is an empty box, and it's still fairly hefty. Actually, oh yeah, it's the manuals. The two beautiful manuals that are in here. I don't want to pull them back out. If you didn't watch part one, go watch part one. You can see the manuals are beautiful. This box is so fantastic. In fact, what's crazy is, all right, so just to do, look at the car on the back. This is so clean. You got your tire up there. Everything looks so good. So this is a 18 plus set. I'm not sure when Lego, I'd have to go do some research, but I just didn't do it ahead of time. But these are both the part of the LEGO Technic supercar lines, and this one was considered 16 plus at the time. Now that was 2018. This is 2024. This is 18 plus, but almost the same number of parts. This one was 3,800 plus, and this was like 3,300 plus. But very, very similar in nature, and yet now they're calling this 18 plus, where that was originally a 16 plus set. But the boxes, I mean, I looked at the old box from my Bugatti, and so this is so much better. Like, just right off the bat, looking at the box and the way they put it together in the three different sections, box 1, 2, and 3, loved that. It kind of takes down your anxiety a little bit when you go, oh man, there's so many bags. Like, no, I got box 1, 10 bags. Box 2, I think it was 8 bags. You know, it was a lot easier to digest in the smaller sections, even though overall it's this massive build. So right off the bat, now I don't actually remember how much this cost. I'd have to look it up. Okay, boom. So this was $450 at the 3,800 plus piece count. As I said, comes out to a little over 11 cents a piece, which even at the last year before prices started going up, that was a little bit high. But caveat that with 0 stickers in this set, which is huge for me, plus this really beautifully printed plaque. We'll go over this a little more, but the Bugatti, 35.99 pieces, $280, was a little over almost 8 cents a piece. So, but again, 2018, 2024, definite price difference is there. And again, we'll go into the comparisons in a little bit. So, I'm just going to start off with the sort of negatives, because there's not a lot to say negative about this. The instructions were killing me. I don't know what happened, but they were the digital instructions, which are just a PDF. It wasn't even 3D instructions this time. The digital instructions kept having pages that would just not load, and it had nothing to do with my internet connection or anything. You would skip to the next page and it would say, cannot find this page. And I'm like, what the heck? And then sometimes it would come back, sometimes it wouldn't. And so I eventually just went and downloaded an actual PDF from LEGO. Thank goodness they do that. But the actual LEGO app, the instructions in there kept being corrupted. I don't know why. So that part is a bit of a down for me. There were a couple times throughout the build where the instructions weren't super clear, but it was mostly just me trying to, usually if I could expand the picture, I could figure out where the pieces were going. And that's where, again, I would love to see 3D directions on every set so that I could rotate it around and, oh, okay, I see exactly where the arrow is pointing to. Sometimes it was hard to see, especially when you got into a lot of this black on black. You know, when you had the black on black pieces, it was kind of tough sometimes to see where the arrows were going. Okay, so that was a little bit difficult at times, not insurmountable, obviously. Oh, I do want to say right off the bat, so at the end of the last episode, I thought that I had done something wrong because the engine, as I started rolling the engine, you couldn't see the pistons moving. And I was like, no, this time I got the steering wheel working, but now the engine's not working. Okay, so here's another little bit of a negative for LEGO. Okay, there was nothing wrong with it. Okay, that's the short version. Here's what the issue was. So part of what you build is a seven gear shifter box or something. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not a car guy, so please don't come for my neck. I just don't know. But the gearbox has 7 different ratios or whatever. It doesn't explain how it works in the directions. You build the whole thing, but again, I'm not mechanically inclined, so I don't really know how that works. And so I put it in gear, which this is an odd thing. I guess there's a way to hook this up and make it electric so you could run it with like a remote. So I guess that's what the back. I had to do some deep diving online, and I finally found a guy with a YouTube page that really broke it down. I didn't understand 90% of what he said, maybe 99%. But what I got is that the center position for your shifter is your neutral. Your back position, I believe, is so it can hook up and become electric if you want to hook up motors and stuff to it. Your forward position is your normal engaged position. And then your little paddle shifters here are what change the gear ratio inside so that these pistons on your engine either go very, very slow or faster as you shift through the gears. The instructions don't explain that at all. So thank you, LEGO, for creating something this magnificent, that you have those kind of mechanics built into it. But why not explain that in the directions? Why do I have to go Google it and figure it out? So I don't know. Let's see if we can get an overhead view real quick. See if you can see. It's tough to see at this angle. If I pop this off, let me see if I can pop it. And then I got to take off the theme too. I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely working now. Where when I turn the wheels, these pistons are moving. Again, it's a little bit difficult to see, but the whole thing is operating as expected. So thank you for, I should have saved the video and gave him credit. And I failed on that, forgive me. But there was a guy that really broke it down as to what was going on and why it wasn't. I literally Googled you know, McLaren P1, fully assembled, engine not working. And it really wasn't coming up with a lot of good answers, so I took that same prompt, I threw it into the YouTubes, and boom, almost immediately I found a guy that had the answers. So, that's really about all I can think as far as negatives. I can't say a lot of bad stuff about this set. It was so fun. Yes, the price is a little bit higher, but again, I'm gonna give that a little bit of slack because yes, prices have been going up just in general all around the world, and then on top of it, 0 printed pieces. And we've talked about this in the past. I know the Froman family on their channel has talked about it in the past. I'd be willing to pay a slightly higher price. Now, not a crazy higher price, but a slightly higher price to get all printed pieces and all LEGO sets. They delivered that on this set. So again, if you've seen the whole series, you kind of know all the things about the car, but you know, starting at the front, you got your hood that comes up. It does have this rod over here on the side to prop your hood up. It has this little travel bag. This is kind of a little bit of a, it wasn't the greatest. The travel bag for the Bugatti was a little bit cooler looking. This just kind of looks like a, it's a little square box with a handle. It's nothing special, no McLaren symbols on it or anything, just a little box, but this does not really faze me at all. It's not something I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the suitcase that comes with this set. What am I doing? Am I knocking? Oh, okay, I didn't put it in there correctly. You know, beautiful P1 symbol right here on the front. I love the way they got the headlights on this. It came out phenomenal. And again, when you're looking at it up close, it's kind of hard to see what it did. But when I'm seeing it here in the camera, oh, look at the shaping of that and the piece usage. Again, I'll get into the comparison here in a minute. But these nice, thick, flexy tubes or whatever they're called, and then they use these sharp teeth to get that sharp curved angle. So phenomenal. Everything, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm just picking this up by the roof. It's so many layers of Technics and pins and rods and everything going everywhere. I love it. They really have this. I mean, this is a solid car. The only part of the car that is not solid, if you will, but it's because of this, is the doors. You have butterfly doors. Look at how this smoothly they come up and out. And you know, as I was building this out, let me turn this sideways again. As I was building out everything that went into the structure of the door, like, how is this going to work? I kept thinking it was going to move differently. I thought it was going to kind of come almost straight up, like maybe the DeLoreans, but it comes up and out. You can see the motion. So clean, up and out. Beautiful. Love it. The seats inside, like, they look like a legit race car. You got your dash in here that's all printed piece on your steering wheel for the McLaren symbol. Everything so clean, so well done. And again, I talked about this previously, but love the way they did the shaping around the doors. Obviously there's no real windows in these, and that makes a lot of sense. It would be really tough to make big giant pieces of glass, but the shaping to give it that look, the way, again, they use these flexi tubes that are nice and thick, and they're into these this is called, but these little grabbers. Everything just clicks really tight. I also like the way they did a lot of the techniques in this build. Were meant to hide your Technic pieces, like, so it doesn't look so Technic, if you will. Like, a lot of some of them are hard to hide. There's not much they could do. But again, as I compare that here in a minute, you'll see what I'm saying. They've hidden a lot of the stuff that used to be very obvious printed carbon fiber back here. Again, another printed P1 piece. Let me pull up the top camera, kind of see a little bit what I'm talking about here. Where's my pointer? You know, you got your printed carbon fiber, printed P1, printed McLaren symbol. Oh, inside your driver's side door. Let's see if we get a good shot of that. Oh, let's see. Inside your driver's side door. It's hard to see from here, but right here, there's a little serial number plate that you can go online and register it. I haven't actually done that yet. Still need to do that. But it gives you some sort of something to do online with LEGO. Your whole engine block is under here, and you can kind of see it. It's not as obvious as it is on the Bugatti, but you can definitely see it when you're running the car back and forth. I loved this. Again, this goes into the comparison, but coming to the rear end, actually this might be easier to see from the front. Coming to the rear end, again, these flexi pieces, the way they gave the shaping for the tail lights. It would definitely be cooler if it was lit up, but that would have made this go even pricier. The way they did the raising and lowering of the fin of the spoiler, if you will, so much nicer than the way they did it on the Bugatti. Just, it's so, and like, you still can't really see it, like unless you know that it's there. You don't really know that there's a little knob here on the back to raise and lower this. It's still pretty well hidden, but in my opinion, way more effective at doing the job. You know, I'm not a yellow car guy, so if anything, that's a negative for me, but it's not really a negative because I bought it. I knew what color it was. I just not really into yellow, but there's enough black in this, and black's my color. All my vehicles I've ever owned have been black. All two of them. my truck. They've always been black. I like black vehicles. And so there's enough black in here that it offsets the yellow. Would I go out and buy a yellow car for real? No. But for this purpose, it's fine. And I think that's just kind of a thing that McLaren was doing at the time, because I've seen other companies with the McLaren and they're all kind of this yellow to orange color. I even love the side mirrors. The side mirrors look like mirrors. And as I talked about on, I think, my last episode, you know, the only thing that would have been a nice upgrade to the mirrors is if they had put, this is the one place that a sticker would have made a lot of sense, is to put a mirrored sticker on the front of it. But again, totally not a negative, it's just an observation. Man, I even love like some of these pieces I've never seen before, like these gray bars here that connect from here all the way down to the rear of this engine cowling, and it goes at an angle. It's diagonal. It's so neat. So many different techniques that I've not seen in Technic builds or any builds before. Just really loved it. Love the suspension. You got a full suspension. You can see as I press down, this thing presses back up. The wheels, I even measured. The wheels on this thing are massive. They're even bigger than the Bugatti. They're beautiful. Again, printed center caps on your it's kind of hard to see because it's very light, but these center caps are printed. Your brake, no, not calipers. I don't know what this thing is called, but the brake section anyway has McLaren printed on all the different sections. Just absolutely beautiful. It rolls very nicely. And again, I'm not going to mess with the shifter because I don't want to mess up my engine anymore. I was so excited when I realized I didn't mess it up. It does move very smoothly once you have the gears set correctly. Boom. Okay, so on to the comparison. right? And up until I bought this set, you know, I was in love, and I still love, don't get me wrong, I still love this Bugatti. This printed plate is so nice. It has all the different statistics and whatnot about this car. But here we go. Let's bring in my Bugatti. I just want to give that nice side by side. Now, I thought, and maybe it's just because I haven't looked at the Bugatti a lot up close lately, but as I was building this, my brain was thinking this was way bigger than this. It's not. They're essentially the same length. This one is just slightly higher, but not drastically. Like maybe, I don't even know, maybe a quarter inch, if that. But big thing right off the bat. Okay, again, all printed pieces, lots of stickers. Now I don't want to say lots of stickers, but there's stickers all. There's stickers here. The dashboard has stickers. There's stickers on the side, on the door here, even the bag, right? So the bag was pretty cool. Like I said, this is a little bit nicer than this bag. You know, this bag, you got this bag and this bag, right? This just kind of looks like a box with a handle. This definitely looks, it's got like a little, you know, cloth handle. It does have Chiron on the front and on the back, but again, stickers. So the bag is a cool little additive, but again, oh, and there's a sticker on top of this bag to be the zipper. No, where else? There's a bunch of stickers on this build. There's stickers over here on the side panel. Some stickers back here on the engine. The nice part is you can see the engine very, very clearly on the Bugatti. That's sweet. More sticker back here on the back. Another sticker back here, Chiron on the back. I mean, there's just kind of stickers all over this thing, right? So that, to me, was an awesome upgrade from this to this. Now, it's probably been about 3 years since I built this. So I don't fully recall the build experience, but I do remember the way they set up this design versus the way they set up this design. I prefer this because in this build, you essentially built this back area, then you built the front area, talking underneath all the body, right? Just the framing and the engine and everything and all the mechanics. And then you married them together. And it really wasn't until the end where you got to test out, you know, the steering wheel and stuff and figure out, oh wait, the steering wheel didn't work. So, whereas in this, you literally worked underneath, you know, again, underneath all the outside, the shell. We worked kind of back to front, and then we worked front to back, building out the shell. And along the way, they were even telling you, test this out, test this out. And they're like, nice. That was a great improvement. And maybe that came from complaints of people with these older sets. Now this does have some suspension on it too, very nice. You know, love that front end look, the way they captured that. But here's one thing that, like, again, I talked about how they use this nice thick rubber tubing on the sides. With the Bugatti, they use these little clips. Get another look at the side. So they use these little clips here, and then you just have this thin tubing that gets run around, and it constantly, like, if you just barely touch it, these little clips turn, and then the tubing pops out. Same thing here on top. Same thing here in the back for the lights. There's just little thin tubing all over, and I wasn't a big fan of that. In the end, it all came out looking great, but it just, the process to get there was a little bit frustrating. So here's another one that, again, talking about this spoiler, and you got this little gear on the back that you turn, right? Bugatti's fin comes up too. And I'm sure that when they designed this, they thought, oh yeah, here's another sticker, right? You got this key for your spoiler, and I'm sure they thought this is a great idea. People are gonna love this. Except, you have to stick this key in the side of the Bugatti, and it's not obvious. So every single time, I've got to come over here, and I've got to find it. Wait a minute, which of these holes is the right one to put the spoiler up? I don't remember. And so, just end up sitting here, fiddling around with it, even now. Like, and I should have prepared for this, but I don't remember where it goes. I think that's it. I think I found, yeah, see, there it is. So you can find it eventually, and yeah, the spoiler comes up and it looks great. Who wants to go through all that every time when you can just have a little knob here, ding ding ding, it's barely noticeable, and smooth, clean, don't have to worry about it. And then I've got to go find that hole again in order to put my spoiler back down. It's just, it was not a very efficient design. Oh, see, there it is. I barely touched it, and I knocked the tubing out of the clip over here. Barely touched it. The doors are what they are. You know, they're, look at stickers inside the doors. You know, these are, I assume this is, I don't know much about cars. I just like the way they look. I'm a very visual person when it comes to this stuff. So, the doors just open straight out. I assume that's how it is done on normal Bugatti. Nothing wild or crazy there. The seats, ooh, Lord, I need to dust inside. The dust has built up inside the car. I dusted the outside. The seats, they look all right. I think they were going for like a leather look. And so they did a lot of plates, whereas this looks more like what I would expect a race car to have. It looks like it's got those bucket seats. You probably would have your, 5-point harness type situation. And then again, here, when you look inside, this is a good example. You got my doors open on this one, doors open on that one. All right, let's pull this up. Okay, inside here, you can see it's just they turned all of the pieces to the side, so all the holes are hidden. So you got just nice, smooth, flat, floorboard there. Whereas this, you've got all the Technic holes. So they definitely took a little extra time on the design for the McLaren. Even the mirror, like look at the mirror. It's just a singular piece. Actually, it's like two pieces, but they didn't really do much with the mirror. You got holes on the mirror there. It's just not a very detailed look. And I know it's just a mirror, but it's the small things. When you start getting into these big builds like this, you're paying all that money. I want it to match. I want it to make sense. And so I am thoroughly impressed with P1. And again, I love this car. I like the color better for sure. I love the dark blue, even though I probably wouldn't buy that color car either. When it comes to the two colors, I definitely, what happened to my thing here? If I were to buy, like for real, in real life, if I was gonna pick between these two colors, I'd probably pick this one over this one. But overall, I'm picking this P1, and not because of the car itself. Because again, I don't know jack about cars. I don't know if this is a better car or if this is a better car. Could not tell you. I enjoyed the building of this car way more than I enjoyed the building of this car. Everything works. The sleekness, the designs, the choice. Like even this, the fact that if I want, I can easily, in about 2 steps, I can pop off this spoiler. I can pull these 2 pins and remove the entire rear clamshell to show somebody inside of the engine. Let's just do it, just to prove the point. Pop this up. Pop these two pieces out. Boom. Pop these two pins. And the whole rear end comes off. Just like that. You can see the whole engine and all the gears going on here. And if I understood how it works, I could explain to somebody all the different things that are happening here. I just don't know how it works, even though I built it. But such a great design. I know I'm using the word great a lot, but I don't have a better word for it. It is fantastic. How's that? Is that a better word? It is a fantastic design. I'm very happy with it, and I would definitely do it again, given the chance. Oh, yeah, look at it. You even got some like little fins that come up here in the back. There's so much going on with this car. Hopefully you guys watched the whole series. I haven't even edited those videos yet. I need to get on it. I seriously am behind on editing, but I'm going to get caught up here soon. I've just had a lot going on in personal life, and then like this build took, I think I did it over 5 days. I'm trying to get myself back on a better schedule of getting up earlier in the morning, but not 100% there yet. So bear with me. Hopefully I can keep I've been doing 2 videos in a short a week. I'm gonna try to keep that up, but I'm not a perfect human being, so hopefully I can keep that going. Peeps. Oh, how do I score this? Again, we're not going to go through all the value and all those different topics, but yes, this was a bit pricier. For sure, more pieces though. All printed pieces. Definitely improved designs. 2018 to 2024, the design came so far, and I'd assume the teams are different, but all Lego, at the end of the day, it's all under the same umbrella, so Lego gets credit no matter what. Vastly superior design, in my opinion. If I'm giving this a score, let's do a letter grade. A, B, C, D kind of situation. I would give this an A-. I can't give it an A, I can't give it an A+, because there were some faults. There were some things, especially in the instructions. That frustrates me when they take so much time to design things. They're this expensive and this, beautiful as the end result, and then the instructions are not great. But overall, man, what a fantastic car, what a fantastic build, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody who can. Stupid little flies, Florida, we cannot escape bugs. If you can afford it, or if you can catch it on a deal, boy, jump on it, because man, I only really got this. It was on my wish list, and I was gonna, maybe get it one day. But then, I think you guys know, my family had bought me tickets to go see Aerosmith for the retirement tour. Long story short, the tour got canceled. They're retired from music, and the refund money just got turned into Lego money, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have gone and bought this one. I did. I probably would have waited a while, see if I could get it on a discount, but it was just a perfect storm at the time. So great car, love it. They're gonna hang side by side, or at least in the same room, in my front room, and I'm so stoked to have this beautiful piece of machinery, this beautiful work of art in my collection. And hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope you guys liked the review. If you did, please do all the things. You guys know what to do. I love this family that we have here, and you guys make it a joy to do this every single day. So Thanks for watching. Hope you guys like this, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, holla!